everyone, welcome here. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you for coming back and watching another video. So in today's video, we're going to do a little tour of my minimalist, low-waste, vegan fridge and pantry. As a follow-up to the minimalist kitchen tour I did a couple months ago, I thought I'd give you guys a little peek inside my fridge and pantry to show you what some of my staples are. So just a couple quick caveats before we jump into the tour. The first is that I'm married and I live with my husband, but he's not here right now. He is on the East Coast working for the summer. So what's in my fridge and pantry right now is just for one single human lady. What I have for food right now really does just reflect the volume of like what I eat and the types of food that I like to eat. If my husband were here, it'd be like a totally different story that would probably look really different in there. And the second caveat is that I would consider myself somebody who is committed to like a low waste lifestyle, but I'm by no means perfect. I'm still trying to figure out ways where I can live with less impact, especially when it comes to my food. There's still a lot of food that's packaged in plastic that I haven't found alternatives for. If you're expecting me to like open my refrigerator and like not see any plastic or anything that's single use, like that's not where I am. That's not what it's going to look like. But you definitely will see some low waste swaps and some ways in which I'm trying to lessen my impact. All right, with all that said, let's get started. I'm pretty excited to start. You want to know why? Because it's 109 degrees, which is not atypical for here in the desert, but it's humid. I am just sweating. If I'm like glistening through this whole video, sorry. It is hot. So I'm excited to get started so I have an excuse to stand in front of the refrigerator as I show you things in my fridge. All right, let's go. Welcome to my kitchen. So let's start over here in the refrigerator. So this is pretty typical for how my fridge looks. My minimalist tendencies kind of spill over to my food as well. So I don't tend to keep like a ton of food on hand, not more than I can typically eat in a few days. And right now cooking for one, I don't really go out and buy a bunch of ingredients for elaborate recipes because it just tends to go to waste. So I have just some staples in here that I make up what I eat every single day. All right, so let's start on the top shelf, which is like where all the liquids are. So this is some homemade almond milk. This is just filtered water. So this thing that looks like a turd down there is just charcoal to filter the water. And then I have two types of kombucha in here. That Health Aid kombucha is actually my favorite, but it's more expensive and harder to find. And then the GT Dave's kombucha. I'm still searching for somebody with a SCOBY that they can give me so I can start making my own kombucha. But until then, this is delicious. And then down here, this is just some cilantro. And then this is a thing I actually do all the time, which is like prep and wash some fruit. So it's just like there to grab whenever I want like a little snack. Pretty much every time I open the refrigerator, I get some grapes. Let's have some right now. It's actually kind of a thing my mom used to do growing up. She always had like cut up fruit in the refrigerator. So now I always do that too. And I love it, especially when it's so hot right now. And then this is actually like not a typical purchase. So I don't really know what I was thinking, but I wanted some bagels. So I tried these sprouted wheat bagels. They're actually really good. I've been making like really good avocado sandwiches with them. And then down here, these are like half cut up ingredients that I just keep using to make my meals throughout the week. So right now I have like a red onion. This is half of an avocado, I think. Yeah. Some cooked broccoli, and that's a tomato back there. So like when I go to cook dinner tonight, I'll probably just take like all of these ingredients out from the shelf and like make something up. This is some tempeh. I love tempeh. I haven't been able to find any that doesn't come in like a single-use plastic, but this tempeh is really good. And then this is just some baby spinach. I typically buy my greens, like bunches of greens from the farmer's market, but I really wanted some spinach. They didn't have any spinach at the farmer's market, so I bought it in the plastic. And then in the drawer, so this is my veggie bag. This thing is amazing. I've talked about it a whole bunch. Basically, you wet it down and then you put vegetables inside of it and it'll keep them fresh for a really long time. So right now I just have greens in here. I think that's all that's in here. I don't know, that's kind of the downfall of the bag, is like you can't always tell what's in there. But it'll keep things like really crisp and really fresh for a while. So you can tell this kale's actually been in here a couple days, but it's still like really like fresh and crispy. So I'll cover that back up. And you do need to make sure that the bag like stays wet. And then this drawer over here, I think I just had some more vegetables in it. Oh, I'm being exposed right now for my apple addiction. That's how many apples I keep in here for one person. And then I just have like some cucumbers, some rainbow carrots over there, half of a pepper. And then in this bag, there's just a few shiitake mushrooms. So again, I'll just like grab all these ingredients and like make up something when I'm gonna cook. I'm more of a recipe person when my husband is around, but when it's just me, it doesn't really make sense. Then moving over to the door, what I have in here is definitely like staples. It's like things I keep in here all the time. So this is just some lemon juice, sriracha. This greens powder, I've been eating this for a really long time. I really like it, but I also haven't really tried many others. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And then mustard, I have a mustard problem. I think mustard tastes good on everything, especially I like this like thick stone ground kind of mustard. And side note, I actually tried to make my own mustard so I wouldn't have to buy it in these plastic containers anymore. These are recyclable, but still. And it came out terribly. So still on the search for a good mustard recipe. This is some cashew cream that I made. This is a super huge staple for me. I have this in the fridge all the time. And pretty much any food that I make, I'll put some sort of sauce together that has like a base of cashew cream. And then some just marinara. Actually, this might be bad. This has been in here for a while. Doesn't look moldy. Seems okay. I should probably eat that soon. All right, then moving down to the next shelf. These are just some pickled vegetables. This is some flaxseed. I just filled this up at the bulk bin, so I have so much right now. But I typically put that in smoothies. I eat it all the time. I have two types of sauerkraut right now. This is just like a traditional cabbage sauerkraut, and then this one is red beet and red cabbage. This one's so good. I love this. And then this, curry paste, and then this is, I think, some soy sauce. Oh, tamari. And then this is applesauce. I also keep this in my fridge all the time because I bake with it pretty often. So everything that's in this refrigerator right now, I pretty much always have these things in the refrigerator. This is like pretty typical. And then before I go into the pantry, I just wanted to show you a couple more things. So I have a watermelon and a cantaloupe. So once I eat through the prepped fruit that's in the refrigerator, I'll probably cut that up. So that's the next thing that I'll have to just like snack on all the time. And then I have two avocados, which are ripening. And once they get to the perfect ripeness, I'll either eat them or I'll put them in the fridge, and that'll keep them at the perfect ripeness for like another day or two. And then up here are like the most frequently used bulk items. So we have cashews, almonds, that's nutritional yeast, quinoa, brown rice, and oats. So I make the basis of a lot of my meals out of like these three things here. And then again, I do a lot of like nut butters, nut milks, that kind of thing with almonds and cashews like all the time. All right, and then next to the refrigerator is the pantry. So like I said, it's just one person living here now, so I have some empty space, you'll see. But that will be filled up pretty quickly once my husband gets back. So starting on the top shelf, this is everything that I buy in bulk that's not on that shelf out in the kitchen, and also some teas. So this tea I bought in bulk at my local grocery store, but this is where I get a lot of my teas, which is from Arbor Teas. This place is great. This is actually a compostable package, and all of their teas are organic. They're super delicious. They're all loose leaf. So right now I have this holy basil tulsi tea, and this is a ginger turmeric. Yeah. And then I have some mushroom tea here. And then for all the bulk items, this is just some peanut butter that I made. I eat this pretty much every day with that plethora of apples that's in the refrigerator. This I just made this and I've been using it like every day. This is like a vegan like Parmesan cheese. It's basically ground up cashews with garlic and nutritional yeast and a little bit of salt. And it's like such a delicious, flavorful thing to put on top of pretty much anything. And then I have hemp seeds, dates, pumpkin seeds. These are Brazil nuts. I actually just introduced these into my diet as a way to get some selenium. I could not get them in bulk. I actually just like annihilated the plastic package that they came in on accident. When I opened them, it just like completely ripped down the side. So I had to put them in a jar anyways. Goji berries, which I put in smoothies a lot, but I've also been putting on top of like nourish bowls and salads, which has been really good. Red lentils, that's sesame seed. So use a bunch of those when I make a hummus. And then chia seeds, and I think these are green lentils. Yeah, green lentils back there. And that's pretty much everything that I keep stocked in bulk. And then moving down to here is where I keep like most of the packaged foods. And if you didn't watch the kitchen tour, for whatever reason, there's only 2 drawers in this kitchen, and it's kind of annoying. So what we ended up doing was buying these baskets that sit on the shelf and putting like little feet on them, so we can just like slide this in and out when we want to get something. So in this basket, we just have some apple cider vinegar, olive oil. I don't cook with a bunch of oil, but I do like to have it around for certain things. coconut aminos. This is good. If I want something super quick, I'll just put like some coconut aminos and some of that cashew cream, like mix it together and put it on top of anything. It's delicious. These are some sprouted grain tortillas. Again, this is one of those things that like I just buy in plastic. I have not seen any alternative. Some coconut oil. This is maple syrup. This is just a backup of that amazing grass green superfood. Mary's crackers. These are like my favorite thing to snack on, like this dipped in some hummus. Delicious. These are made of like brown rice, quinoa, and like a bunch of seeds, and they're just like overall pretty delicious. And then I've recently gotten on this kick of eating lentil pasta. So I've been trying out like a couple different brands. So basically I've been trying any brand where the only ingredient is just lentils. So this one, I like this one. I would probably buy this again. And then the other one I bought to try, oh, this is the Thrive Market one. So I've been putting this like on top of salads and nourish bowls, like that kind of thing, instead of just like sitting down and eating like a whole thing of red lentil pasta. I've been doing it like as a topping, and it's been really good. And then I also recently started buying some cooked beans in these cartons because I figured out that these cartons are recyclable where I am, and these beans don't have any salt added. So typically if you buy like a can of beans, there's going to be salt in there, and these are just like beans and water. So I have some garbanzo beans and then some black beans. And then this sad little drawer just has 2 potatoes and 1 onion in it. And then down here is where I have bulk nuts. So I used to buy all of my nuts from the bulk bins at Whole Foods, but those have been shut down, at least they have here in Southern California. So I started buying nuts from nuts.com. So they do come in this plastic packaging. This is a 5-pound bag, and this will last like a couple months. So to me, it's a good alternative to like buying like smaller bags of nuts when I can't get them in bulk. Raw organic almonds, and this is raw organic peanut stock that I make the peanut butter with. The third thing that I'll buy is cashews from here as well. So not perfect, but a good alternative while the bulk bins are closed. And then over on the other side of the refrigerator, so this is mostly like where I keep storage containers and spices and stuff, but I did want to show you down here because this is where I keep all of our baking stuff. So just have like some whole wheat flour, baking powder, and then this is baking soda, cacao, and then this is sucrose, so like a sugar. Again, these are all staples, like all things that I keep around if I feel like baking something. I have a pretty big sweet tooth, so I bake like once a week or once every other week. I'll like make a little something. So this is the kind of stuff that I'll just always have around. I realized I forgot to do the freezer. The freezer's not that exciting, to be honest. So in here, I basically just keep like frozen fruit and veggies. So I have frozen strawberries in here. These were on sale the last time I went to the store, so I bought like a whole bunch. This is gonna last me a very long time. So the strawberries, I'll make a smoothie out of this, and then I have some raspberries back there as well. This is full of frozen bananas, and this is full of frozen greens. I think there's kale in here right now. So in the case where I can't get my hands on some fresh greens, I like to always have some frozen around that I can either like cook up or like throw in a smoothie or whatever. And then over here is a delicious treat. So I'm obsessed with these chocolate chips. I like to bake with them, but I also just like to eat them if I want like a sweet snack. Like these straight out of the freezer, amazing. And as far as chocolate chips go, like I'm really into the ingredients: cane sugar, unsweetened chocolate, cocoa butter, like that's it. So these are my sweet little treat. All right, so that's it for my little fridge and pantry tour. I know it's pretty simple, but it's just me over here being a minimalist. So I don't have a lot of food. I don't keep a lot of stuff on hand, just ingredients that I know that I will use on either a daily or weekly basis. So if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up or leave any questions you have in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We're still working our way towards 10,000. We are almost there. Subscribe if you haven't already. Bye. Sweaty Betty. Brain is not functioning. Oh my god, I'm fully sweating. Poor. That's a mouthful. Whole other, what am I even? Oh my god, so sweaty.